welcome back, Millville Foodies, and we're back again with another quick video tutorial. But before you do anything, I need you to go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button right now. You do not want to miss what's coming out of Millville, especially today. But also don't forget to hit the little notification button, which is the bell button, to let you get all notifications immediately when we post up our new videos. And so guys, today I wanted to do a TikTok trend, and it's called an Alfredo spaghetti bake. And we want to make this simple as possible. And you can make everything from scratch if you wanted to, but this is for working moms and dads who don't have time to make everything from scratch. So we making it as simple as possible. We have ground beef, our onions, peppers, we have pasta sauce, we have Alfredo sauce. I'm using thin spaghetti because I don't like any other spaghetti, and I'm using mozzarella and also Parmesan cheese. And so the first thing we're going to do, we put a little olive oil in the pan, and we're going to go ahead and start sauteing up our onions and peppers that we cut up. Now I will say this, that these ingredients are for a big pan. So if you're making a regular size pan, only use half of the ingredients that I'm using. And so once we get our onions and peppers in our skillet, and we did put a little salt and pepper on that, we're also going to go ahead and add in our ground beef. And I'm using lean ground beef, which is a 93-7. And so if you're using ground beef that has more fat, I would suggest that you cook your ground beef first so you can drain that fat, and then cook your onions and peppers and add your cooked ground beef to it. But because this ground beef is so lean, I can just add this to the onions and peppers and get that chopped up and let them all cook together. And then we're going to go ahead and start adding in other seasonings. Of course, we wanted to add in some salt and pepper to our ground beef because nobody, well, I don't anyway. I don't like food that has no flavor, honey. I like seasonings, but I don't like it overdone either. So there is a balance. And so what we want to do, we added in some salt and pepper. I added some Italian seasonings. I'm adding in some garlic powder. And I would say this too, I'm adding in some ground thyme, also some oregano and basil leaves. For me, it doesn't matter what type of sauce that I use, because I'm always going to add extra seasonings in whatever sauce I use, guys. And so at this point, whatever seasonings you want to add, honey, it's your kitchen. Do what you want. Now, you don't have to add no seasonings. You know, you can just use the sauce that you're using and, you know, go about your business. But for me in my house, I always like to add extra seasonings to give my food extra flavor. And so once we have everything ground up, what you want to do, you want to go ahead and start adding in your different sauces. And like I said, now I am cooking a really big pan of this. I will say this, I'm going to give the ingredients for a regular size pan in my description, okay? However, you can always follow this recipe for, you know, if you're making it for a party or a big family. I also am adding, that was a fourth of sugar, guys, not to get it sweet. This was not sweet, okay? But this was just to get the acidity out of those tomatoes. And so I'm letting that simmer. And I will say, while that was going on, I had my noodles cooking, and I had 2 pounds of noodles. This is the first half, and that's my first jar of Alfredo sauce. Now, like I said, if you want to go ahead and do yours from scratch, you can go ahead and do that with your cream, your Parmesan, your butter, your flour, your roux, and all of that. I don't have time for all of that, so baby, we went for the jars. And so we're getting our Alfredo mixed up in our pasta, and then I'm going to add the rest of the pasta and the rest of Alfredo sauce. And this is why they call this an Alfredo spaghetti bake, because the noodles is Alfredo. And you can add extra seasonings to that as well. You don't have to worry about cooking that because all of this is going in the oven. And so now what you want to do is layer your spaghetti sauce on top of your Alfredo noodles or your Alfredo pasta. You may be using bow tie pasta. You may even be using ravioli, honey. Like I said, it's your kitchen. Do what you want. But you want to layer your pasta with your spaghetti sauce now. And what I'm doing now, I'm just allowing some of that sauce, even though it's Alfredo under the bottom, I'm still just allowing that sauce to get in there just a little bit. And then once I do that, I'm going to finish putting the rest of my sauce on this spaghetti bake. And you need to go ahead and have your oven on 350, and we're going to put this in the oven for about 30 minutes. Now this, like I said, this is a big pan, so if you have a regular size pan like a 9x13, something like that, then I would put it in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes. And so now we're layering the top of it with some shredded Parmesan cheese, and then we're going to go behind that with some shredded mozzarella cheese. And if anybody knows me and knows the channel, guys, you know I love me some cheese. There's a girl, I forgot her name. She is hilarious when she does some of the cooking videos that are just absolutely ridiculous. And she always say, it goes down easy when it's cheesy. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I forgot who she is, but she's hilarious. But anyway, once you get your cheese layered, honey, we finna put this in the oven for about 30 minutes, and then I'm going to bring it back out, and voila, honey, I added a little parsley, because you know parsley make it, especially when you got the red and white, it's just cute. And so now I'm going to show you what it looks like. Y'all, when I say this was so good, now I have to be honest, this does not taste better than my $1 million spaghetti. No. I mean, now if you love Alfredo sauce, like Alfredo is not my first go-to pasta. However, if you love Alfredo sauce, you're going to love this recipe. However, I do love my $1 million spaghetti better. But this was still good. The kids loved it. Everybody loved it. Everybody enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know if you try this recipe and how it turns out for you. Remember to follow me on TikTok. And also remember to subscribe, share, comment. Thank you all who always comment, who always give me suggestions. Thank you everybody who be cooking my recipes and let me know how it turned out. Guys, I love you. Thank you all for your support. You all be blessed, and happy Valentine's Day.